well with some Nigerian tweets as they share their opinions to reply to Dabiri Erewa's tweet. At Olurogun Ernest tweeted, "Why, according to the state origin, Plasma, can you explain the rationale behind this logic?" At Three-Face Dibia replied, tweeting, "State of origin, huh? Is there really a war in Sudan? Because I'm not understanding." However, as Sweet Smith Olala tweeted, sharing a different opinion, and tweeting, "Great idea. That will decluster the crowd immediately. States with lower numbers will have vacant seats to help out others at the end of the day. It will help with ease of documentation as time is not on our side. At Abike Dabiri, you and your team are doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Ma." So that's it. I'd like to get your take on this. Once again, according to Abike Dabiri Ewa, the students are put on buses according to their state of origin for ease of conveying the students. I'd like to get your take. How do you think putting the stranded students on the buses according to their state of origin, how will that help ease the conveying or the conveyance of the students from Sudan to the final destination, Nigeria? Join in. Lines open. Call 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, or 0817-923-0007. Those are the numbers to call. Also, join in via facebook.com/NigerianInfoPH, via Twitter at NigeriaInfoPH. In what way would this ease the evacuation of the students? How would it ease the conveyance of the students from Sudan to Nigeria, putting them on the buses according to local government areas? What to make of this? Whilst it appears most persons on Twitter are not in favor of this approach and possibly don't even understand it, why that's the method being employed. Maybe there are some as well, I suppose, as with the tweet I read just a while ago, who are convinced it's a brilliant idea. What do you make of it? Hello, heartfelt to welcome.
Hello, Adedayo, good afternoon.
Go ahead. Hello. Hi, I'm Maven from Maven. In the first place, these buses are not even coming straight to Nigeria. They will stop at Cairo, where airplanes will fly the students to Nigeria. I wonder if the plane would land according to their states of origin. Oh, well. Could have been that. Had it been it's a plane and that plane is going to take those students to their states of origin, that would make some sense. It's high time we realize that we all belong here, Nigeria first. Sophia Lamido sent that. Let's get your take on this once again. Numbers to call 0817-93-0002 or 0817-93-0003. States are nearer to states. States are nearer to states, so that closer states can take same routes, e.g. Bayelsa, Rivers, Abia, and Akwa Ibomites can group on the same bus, so that's what make good. No, the buses are not bringing them straight to Nigeria from Sudan. The buses are taking them to Egypt. They are going to be flown from Egypt to Nigeria. And it's not like the bus will be dropping them. So it's not like the plane will be dropping them along the way. It's not like the pilot will say, you hear that sound, boom, boom, Hello, passengers. This is your captain speaking, and we are approaching. We are currently approaching River State. Are there any passengers who will be dropping at Rivers? Please indicate to the flight attendants, and they will let us know. Thank you very much. And then later on, boom, boom. This is your captain speaking. We are currently approaching Bayelsa State. So any passengers who will be dropping at Bayelsa, please say Owa or dropping there, so we will drop you. So I don't know. It's not like that's going to happen, or they're going to be the plane will be dropping people in their states or on their streets or in their communities. That's not going to happen. That is to reflect. Is it to reflect the federal character formula? They don't want to be mistakenly taken board a Sudanese into Nigeria. That's Dagogo Wokoma. Well, hello, you're welcome.
Well, thank you there. My name is Kenneth from Owori.
Go ahead.
Okay, I don't understand this, Mrs. Debrio. What is state to state? People in Sudan, I don't know Nigerians, so they're supposed to convert them according to countries, not states. When you take Nigeria, you start talking about states. How can you do it in Sudan? We're talking about states.
Well, she said it's to ease the conveyance of the students.
No. That is applying the wrong formula to solve particular mathematics. It cannot work. It's when you evacuate Nigerians. When the plane lands in Abuja, you're not talking about states. You can say something now. Like this, when they climb position, they forget some things. It's very unfortunate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, to the Gogo Wokoma's comment again, that is it to reflect the usual federal character formula? They don't want to mistakenly take on board a Sudanese into Nigeria. So just determine that they are Nigerians. If you don't want to take a Sudanese or bring in someone from another country of another nationality, then I'm sure that they can determine that they're Nigerians. Once you determine that, wouldn't that, what would be the point to determine, where the local governments are? But anyways, maybe you can help me make some sense of it. Donald goes, I can't just understand the rationale behind evacuating a student based on their state of origin. The major priority could have been evacuating a student based on gender, with the females first, as they are more vulnerable in water environment. That's from Donald. Oh yeah, I mean this I comprehend. I can get behind this. If you say, let's get the females out first, or you said if we have, maybe we're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to send 40 buses there. Maybe 10, 20 buses have arrived to say, okay, the first buses or the first persons who are going to be evacuated, let all the females get on board. We're expecting more buses. The male students can get on board then, Anyways, they have to do it in an orderly manner, but using the state of origin is totally unacceptable. So what's the work of the diplomats over there? So they don't know the number of Nigerians over there from the country. That's from Cliff Austin. This government will not cease to amaze me, evacuating people in a war-torn country according to the state of origin again. That's from Benzino. Good afternoon. Are they bringing them straight to Nigeria? Which state do they start with and why? Do they select the origin serially? Will they start according to the state in Egypt? In fact, I don't get it. That's from Joe. Okay, I'm getting some persons. I'm getting some other messages over here right now. Some screen grab. Several persons screen grabbing certain articles or some text or some pictures and sending them here. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you're one of those who have sent those in, something that's set to be an update on the evacuation of the students from Sudan to Egypt and then ultimately to Nigeria. But I'll have to confirm that. So I'll do a quick check on that in a moment when I when I go for the next commercial break. If I do confirm that, I will read out the messages in a moment. Speaking of messages, Dio, for me, it doesn't matter how they are conveyed. What is important is bringing them home safely. If you ask me, this discussion is inconsequential as long as they are back. One can promise that. Okay, all right. In the event of any disaster, only persons from an unlucky state will be victims. Thank God the bus trip is not to Nigeria. The appropriate grouping would have been according to their final destination. That's from Eric. Everything in Nigeria is different. Other well-meaning governments have carried their citizens without making the noise. What do they need state of origin for? This is what is dividing the country the more. That's from Ezekiel Isaiah. What do you make of this? Once again, in case you're just joining, here's the matter being discussed. Sudan, Nigerians react as FG evacuate students according to state of origin. And Abike Dabiri Erewa, chairman of the Nigeria in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, says that this is being done for ease of conveying the students. How do you think that this will help ease the conveying of the students? However, the subject matter of the state of origin or the students being loaded in buses according to the state of origin is an issue that's bigger than just this particular incident, because the subject matter of state of origin has been a very much discussed one and in Nigeria for many years, and questions have been asked whether that should even still be used at all, an official document in the country. But more on that when I return. From this inevitable commercial break. Discussions continue shortly. Please stay with us. Are you
Diode.
Hello, welcome back. It is Hard Fact to Nigeria in Food, Her Input, Harkat. I'm Dio. Discussions continue. Many thanks for staying tuned. It's 4:30 p.m. now. The matter been discussed once again. Sudan, Nigerians react as FG evacuate students according to state of origin. Nigerians on Twitter have reacted to the methods deployed by the federal government to evacuate Nigerian students from the war-prone country of Sudan. Chairman of the Nigeria in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Abike Dabrerewa, had tweeted on a personal Twitter handle, quote, Sudan update: for ease of conveying the students, they were put on the buses according to their state of origin. As our excited students doing this narration tells us here, Johnny Mercies. However, the process seems not to go that well with some Nigerian tweets as they share their opinions to reply the Dabiri Erewa tweet. I'd like to get your reply to this as well. What do you make of this? And like I said, as I said before the break, the issue of state of origin has been a controversial one in the country for a while, especially on official documentation. And questions have been asked whether it's even necessary to keep asking people to fill in their state of origin when filling official documentations, either filling applications or filling whatever official forms or documents, as it were. As a matter of fact, you might be aware that the population and housing census, which is to commence soon, I suppose, throughout the entire country, the National Population Commission (NPC) has stated that state of origin would not be requested, would not be one of the questions that will be asked persons, when the census is being carried out. So, like I said, the matter of state of origin has been a controversial one, and there are many persons who've suggested over the years that it should no longer be a question asked anyone, especially for any official purpose or reason. So, question once again, how would the students identify their state of origin, or how would putting them on the buses according to their state of origin ease conveying the students? Is what we're discussing right now. Once again, the buses are not coming straight to Nigeria. The buses are leaving from Sudan, going to Egypt. From Egypt, they will then be flown to Nigeria. So what's the point of putting them on the buses according to their state of origin? How does it help? How do you think that this would help in conveying the students? How do you think it will improve the process or the logistics in any way? Now, I did say before the break as well that I came across certain messages, and I have confirmed that, by the way. Here is a story from Daily Trust. This is from Daily Trust. Nigerian students fleeing Sudan stranded. Here's the story. Some Nigerian students escaping the unrest in Sudan are currently trapped in the desert following the 3-day ceasefire declared by the Sudanese Armed Forces and the Rapid Support Force. Countries have been making efforts to evacuate their citizens. On Wednesday, the Nigerian government, had said 150 million naira was released for hiring 40 buses to convey some Nigerians from Sudan to Cairo in Egypt, from where they will be airlifted to Nigeria. But some of the students being evacuated to safety shared bitter experiences about the journey. An affected student who did not disclose her identity said the drivers have vowed not to continue the journey owing to lack of funds. And she said, quote, before we started this journey, we experienced different things. Can you believe that we have been stuck in this desert for 5 hours? We don't know the situation we are in. We don't have water. Our money has finished. Can you imagine? The driver said they are not moving their buses because they have not been paid. We are stuck in the desert. We don't have anything. We don't even know where we are. We are in an unknown location and in a very big danger. So I did check Abike Dabiri Erewa's Twitter page as well, and there's confirmation of this. Several media outlets are running the story already, channels, television, other media outlets and individuals. And there's a particular video of a girl who's speaking. I imagine, I suspect that's the person that was quoted by Daily Trust, but I don't have the audio for that now. We'll probably work on it later on. I suspect it might feature on our subsequent bulletins. But Abike Dabiri Erewa has replied to this situation, tweeting, I have just spoken to the at Nima, Nigeria. They've started moving, and the issues between Nima and the transport company have been resolved. Well, that is comforting news, but it doesn't change the fact that there was indeed an issue, that for at least 5 hours, this Nigerian student who was stranded in Sudan and being conveyed on buses to Egypt, at some point in the journey, the drivers stopped the buses, stopped the vehicles, and announced that they would not be continuing the journey any further because the Nigerian government had not paid them. And according to the girl, they have been there, at the time she made the video and posted it online, they've been there for about 5 hours. It's possible they were there for longer than 5 hours. Abike Dabirewa states that situation has been resolved and they have continued their journey. But once again, it's bad enough that this even happened in the first place. So, two matters we're discussing right now. What do you make of this development? The drivers stopping the journey saying they haven't been paid. And even though Abike Dabirewa now says that situation has been resolved and they have resumed the journey. And also the matter of loading the students onto the buses using, according to their states of origin. What do you make of that? Because once again, the buses are not coming straight to Nigeria. The buses are going to Egypt. From Egypt, they'll be airlifted to Nigeria. How do you think putting them on the buses based on their state of origin will ease conveying them from Sudan to Egypt? Lines are open still. Call 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003 or 0007. Hello, Hard Factor, welcome. Please go on.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
I mean, Tayo, this is really pathetic. What I'm going to ask. Those drivers that are going to bring them from Sudan to Egypt, they didn't know why they did not negotiate with the Nigerian government before they start going. How can they stop in the middle of the forest and say they will not go again? They've not paid.
Obviously, there must have been. Obviously, there must have been negotiations. But what they're saying is that they were not paid.
Come on, this is not good. They would have negotiated these things before they move. Talk about these things before they move. Putting the life of these people in danger now is not good. And according to what you read there, they don't even know where they are. Now, wow, what is really going on in this country? And again, in this issue of state of origin, what does that even have to do with that? The question is, go and get these people back home, and you are asking for state of origin. They keep putting this country more and more and more with all of this policy they are bringing out. Does it make any sense? I don't have any brother there, but I'm feeling for these people there. Nobody knows what they are going through there. What is really going on in this country? The minor things they ask. That is why we have the government. Can't they help us in these little things? Are we going to beg them for all of these things again? Now, wow.
Hello, Hard Factor, welcome. To go on.
Dayo, good evening.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Calling from yes. On the matter, about the matter on the table. Well, my dear, it's terrible. I pity those Nigerians that are in this situation. For me, the first matter on that, conveying them according to their state of origin. That one, well, I think possibly just for easy identification, I believe so.
Okay.
But it's not necessary. We are used to state of origin and so on and so forth. But for me, that is what I would take for that. Let me not go the other way. And then for the other side, that other one of drivers are saying they're not going again and this and that. I believe, of course, it's a Nigerian factor. Maybe those Egyptian transporters, they have also heard that maybe if you don't do and get settled now, after here, you're on your own. It's a Nigerian factor. Even locally here, if there is a group matter, government thing or whatever that you know public thing.
That somebody in government may think that one is his own choppings.
It ends the matter. You will not see the officials again. You'll be talking about money. It's happening in every sector, even in our sports and everywhere. the initial this thing, fine. At the end of the day, you complain. The people will chase those officials for their money, and you may not even get it at all. So we really need to change things. Our leaders need to do things differently. And that's my take. Thank you.
Hmm. So fleeing people had time for state of origin. Whatever is wrong with Nigeria is deep-rooted. We keep displaying our disunity at any given time. That's from Stanley. Via Facebook, Damiti Rokosima goes, I believe they have their passport. Is that not enough to identify them? Why the state of origin? Andy Simon goes, must Nigerians be dramatic in everything? That is war, not peaceful something. Let them evacuate them first from Sudan to Egypt, then from their proper checkup before taking them to Nigeria. Ikechukwu Sterling goes, this is very unfortunate. Nigerians will always love to play. From Sudan to Egypt, what stops federal government from using air to bring back our children? When it comes to relevant things, they come out and approve humongous amounts of money. God help this country. No, they have to move them via roads to Egypt, because we can't land a plane in Sudan at this time. I suspect that's the reason for that. Hello, Hard Factor, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening.
Go ahead, please. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead.
Okay, I'm talking on the issue of state origin.
Yes.
Why do we need to disgrace ourselves over there? In Nigeria already, we have this issue of segregation. I don't think that is a good issue or a good way of conveying our students out of that place. There's already crisis there. So what is the use of not separating them according to state of origin and all of that? Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello?
Hello, Daniel. Good evening.
You're welcome as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Jack Chris. I'm calling from Rumukuroshi.
Go on.
Well, Nigeria is a unique country now. We have taken our Nigerian nets down to Sudan. I'm just imagining. Abia State, raise your hand. Oh, come. Then the last people they will carry is Zamfara. It's so funny. It's so good. Then the other one, transporters. I don't know what the negotiation is, but it's not really a good thing, You know how it is now when you do business with government, all the bureaucracy and everything. Those guys just needed their money sharp, and it seems it wasn't coming, so they just had. It's quite unfortunate that this thing is going on like this. I'm not really happy about it.
But can't we initiate a process and everything just goes seamlessly? I mean, is that something that will be difficult for us to do?
I don't know. The simplest thing seems so complex for us when it comes to government handling issues. I just don't understand. I don't know. It's a simple thing, but it becomes so complex once government officials are involved. It's unfortunate.
And why do you think that's the case? Why does the simplest thing suddenly become complex when government officials are involved?
Because the way I see it, I don't know. I see it from afar. I think a lot of people are involved. A lot of offices are involved. And I think they see it as an opportunity to get something from the system. That's why I think I see it that way. I think that's how I can put it. Yeah.
All right. Nice, 1-3, hello.
Daniel, good afternoon.
You're welcome. Go on.
My name is Cosmo Seno.
Go ahead.
You see, the actions of the transport company that dropped the passengers on the road now demanding for money was case of sabotage coming. Because if you knew you were going to demand for your money before getting to your destination, and you must get your money before getting to your destination, why move in the first place?
Maybe the agreement was you pay us. So maybe somebody said, "Don't worry, start the journey. You will get your money now." Maybe, just maybe.
Then I thought they wouldn't have left the place.
Remember, it's remember, it's a war zone. Hold on, just a moment, please. Now, can you just take a moment to listen to me? Will you listen to me? Okay, all right, sorry. So, sorry, I had to move on. He's not interested in listening to me at all. So I was going to say, it's a war zone. So the drivers probably need to leave there as well. I mean, there's no way the drivers were going to stay in Sudan and say, until we get paid, we're not going to move. They're in Sudan already. It's a war zone. Yeah, there's a ceasefire now to allow foreign governments take their citizens, evacuate their citizens. But I mean, who's to say that the warring sides are going to stick to the ceasefire? Anything could happen anytime because it's a war zone once again. So I'm sure the drivers themselves are not going to be comfortable staying in Sudan and saying we're not going to move until we get paid. They're going to want to leave as quickly as possible. Good afternoon. I have a feeling that some honorables and excellencies have laid pressure on the NITCAM chairman, and she's only releasing this information to avoid a leak when the students return to Nigeria. She has a public relations background and is trying to avoid a mini scandal in the future. The explanation is merely a subterfuge to avoid subsequent criticisms for what looks like a dysfunctional process. Ordinarily, conveying a student according to a state of origin would help the students, easily realize whoever may be missing or yet to be evacuated, and that's from David. Okay, well, possibly, I suppose. Possibly. Hello, you're welcome. Hello, go ahead. To me, the right thing is to be done because every black person abroad claims to be Nigerian. Yes, they should be identified by the various states and LGAs to prevent mix-up and possibly evacuating non-Nigerians to the country to the detriment of our citizens. Good evening. I think they were put in different buses according to their state of origin so that there will be no fighting on the bus. All those from River State will see each other as bros and sisters. I just hope all the buses arrive safely to Egypt, down to Nigeria eventually. The transport company was right with the decision. It's business. It's a war. If they didn't act like that, Nigeria wouldn't pay them. That's for Cliff Austin. Hello, number 3. Hello, go ahead.
Yes, the issue of the state of, local government authority, I understand. Now, my question is, if we get to Egypt, and then they will be born in place, is going to be, local government authority again, and living, by state of origin or something. Because it's from Islamable. Why would you be, sending to Egypt, by origin? When they go Egypt, into Nigeria, all of them will maybe brought the place. What is that supposed to be?
How about that message just a while ago? What do you make of this explanation? That maybe it's all that they can easily identify if anyone is missing or yet to be evacuated.
But that is not, that shouldn't be the problem. The thing is, how many of them, at the initial stage, how many of them, that should be the question. It's not by state of origin or something. How many there are, before now, be 1,000, maybe 2,000 and all that. The issue of state of origin is just trying to, I think, keep a very poor image. I don't like that.
You're welcome. Let's see. There's nothing wrong in sorting people during evacuation from war zone. Sorting out people, sorting of any kind at all, or sorting generally, is not necessarily a bad thing. But when you're sorting, it must be to there must be something preventive work with the sorting out. Okay, can you help with what this sorting is about? What effect it will have? Again, Abike Dabiri says that this to ease conveying the students. How will sorting them to that is the conveyance exactly? I mean, I read the previous someone suggested it was sorted based on gender because women and children are most vulnerable in wartime. So you see, he's saying so if it was based on gender, saying okay, maybe expecting 40 buses, we got 5 here, we got 10. It's male students or female Nigerians or female citizens get to the bus because they're more vulnerable. Now, there's an explanation to that. One immediately understands why there's based on gender. Now, sorting based on local government, on state of origin. What's the point to that? What is that what is it supposed to accomplish exactly? About 5 o'clock, let's say. You see, the issue of the bus speed and refusing to, I'm not surprised at all. But someone has cut a whole bunch and pocketed it with the motive of this one is my chops. It's the same way they always do anywhere within the country. If there's, for instance, it's given out palliative, a few individuals will eat it and claim evidence. At the end of the day, you'll see people shouting to receive anything. So it's expected. As for the evacuation based instead of origin, it's wrong in checking their passports before they're allowed to board the bus. So use another easy way to identify them. It's really pathetic how we try threatening issues with kid gloves and my Prince Umar. I'm imagining how the students being evacuated are being given blankets, tea, money or some off. My imagination fails. I thought for Ubong Uke. Just the other day, I read that I think it was yesterday or so that Chinese government had sent the Chinese Navy to go evacuate Chinese citizens from Sudan. We have the American government to send the people out as well. The British government has gone to evacuate the citizens and diplomatic staff as well. Other European countries. So can you imagine that, if the British are using a bus or using buses, can you imagine along the way the driver will stop and the British government has not paid them yet, and because of that they will not move. Or if the Chinese is in buses, imagine that the bus will stop, then the driver said, the Chinese president or the Chinese government haven't paid yet, and because of that they will not move. What you probably is what this person is imagining. If the video also picture, you will see people being cared for. Immediately across their citizens, they probably have blankets there already. They're throwing the blankets around them, giving them gloves to wear if there's cold. They're giving them water bottles. They're giving them things with sugar to eat, something can real the energy. They're giving them something that's high in glucose or something. They're giving them food packs. They're putting them on buses. They probably have doctors and other medical staff around them already, checking everybody. Medical team staff taking temperature, asking them questions. How do you feel? Do you feel any pain anywhere? Are you okay? Do you have any injury, any wounds? Do you have a headache? How's your stomach? They're checking their temperature, checking their blood pressure, putting them on the buses, getting them out of there as quickly as possible. With us, this is stopping along the way, and the drivers are saying they're not move here, move, because they have not paid yet. That is full. They should have sorted based on religion on the nation. And we will keep an eye on this situation eventually. I do, like every decent, sensible Nigerian, I hope that the students are able to make it back in one piece. They've been through a lot already in Sudan. It must have been a traumatic experience. And then as if the trauma they experienced in Sudan is not enough. The journey from Sudan to Nigeria is another trip. I hope they get bound. What is the car? Still in the LD night and then with the family since there are many involved on the arrival of the primary process of it. Really? Seriously? You need to know the dates of origin to